Here's Blasey in the front, over to Hayes. McCurdy looks for help inside. Outlet pass, Leasty tried for, didn't get it. McCurdy tries. Another rebound for Simmons, and he's owning the glass. Ho pushes the ball up court and waits. High post is Novsek. There's Gear. Gear gives Novsek the bounce pass. Down low, Simmons. Here comes the 1-2 punch. Short. Mike Miller rebounds, and the Zippers come strong. Hayes pulls up and tries. Rebound McCurdy. Inside position. He's fouled by Novsek. A concerned Mike Mueller looking on.
Hey, Mark McCurdy, you see already has established excellent rebounding position. There he goes up, and Doug Novsek coming over the top for the two-shot foul. You know, Frank, we talked earlier about Havana having a lot of people coming back. I think sometimes people forget that Lawrenceville starts 4 juniors, the only senior being Doug Novsek. So we may see Ron Felling back here also.
McCurdy made the first and the second free throw. 22-14, Lawrenceville's lead. Lots of time. We're in the second quarter with 5:03. Holding the ball high is Gear, and they're being more patient now. It's a zone for Monmouth.
First time Monmouth has shown a zone this whole tournament.
And Novsek liked the looks of it. Shot over it. Simmons rebound, wheels, and scores. Marty Simmons with 12. 10 big points already, and a 10-point advantage for the Indians. Looking to go through the season unblemished. They're 33-0. Left side, McCurdy. Burdett trying to get free inside. And a traveling violation on Monmouth, their third turnover, as the scoreboard shows the lead. Lawrenceville turned the ball over 5 times, but it hasn't hurt them. Their shooting has been hot, and their board work has been excellent.
The Monmouth zone press and man-to-man press that they're alternating right now is going to have to take its effect if they're going to stay in this ball game.
Simmons doing a lot of ball handling. Gives it out to Ho. Good movement away from the ball for the Indians. Leasty free for a moment. Now Ho is outside left. He missed, and Burdett rebounds. Here comes the 94-foot transition. Blasey off the glass. Rattled out. Rebound. McCurdy saved it. And it's going to be Monmouth ball. Nice defensive work down there. And good play.
And another hustling effort by Tim Leasty also.
Ball inbound to Hayes. Shakes and moves. Traveling. The 4th turnover on the Zippers. There's Ron Felling giving a few instructions. And a lob. Simmons. Look at him bring the ball up the court. Like a train. Bounce pass. Leasty steps in. Rejected by Burdett. Picked up by Hayes. 3-on-3 the other way comes Monmouth. Stutter step Hayes. Runner. Tipped up by Burdett. Another rebound by Burdett is good. 8 for Burdett. 24-16. Lawrenceville. 3.5 to play first half. The press is broken as Gear kicks it over to Leasty. Back to Gear in the paint. Tipped by Novsek. Next one. Lawrenceville again. Leasty tracked it down. Novsek fakes and shoots. Marty Simmons rebounds. They won't give up. Simmons knocks it in. He's got 12.
Frank, at this point, Simmons is now 6 out of 10 from the field, and Novsek is 5 out of 11.
The big 2. But they have lots of support.
And Simmons has 10 rebounds at this point.
Under 3 minutes first half. Lawrenceville by 10. Blasey, a 20-footer, is short. Miller rebounds, steps in and scores. 4 points for Miller. And it's an 8-point Lawrenceville lead again. Ho comes up slowly. The tempo has been quick. Gear on the right. All right, inside it goes to Novsek. A turnaround. One-hander is good by Novsek. All right, here we go. Monmouth, 28-18 down. They have the basketball. Inside it goes. Miller, turnaround off the glass. Won't go. Simmons, still another rebound. High lob up ahead. Hose beat the pack for a layup. 30-18 at the 2-minute mark.
An excellent fast break, triggered again by Marty Simmons' rebound and his fast getaway.
All right. Left side, McCurdy into Burdett. He wheels around his man, tries it. Didn't get it, whistle, and a foul. Foul is on Lawrenceville.
Okay, you'll see Marty Simmons picking up his second foul. Jerome Burdett goes baseline, puts a shot up. No good, no contact on the shot, but on the rebound, Marty Simmons came over the back.
All right. Monmouth with the basketball. A 12-point deficit. The shot out of the corner, not good by Blasey. Lawrenceville answering down the court in a hurry. Leasty's along the baseline left. Whips the ball out to Simmons. Look at his shot. Rims out. Rebound comes to Jamie Paul, 34. 1:26 to go, first half. Frank Bissoni, Art Kimball, and Keith Baldwin from the Assembly Hall. There's Miller inside, intended for him, and out of bounds to Lawrenceville. Monmouth hasn't had too many things go their way lately.
No, they certainly have not. I think this time they're trying to get inside a little too much.
They have some perimeter shooters. Hayes can hit from the outside. Miller certainly can. Lacey can too. Simmons comes up the court. Gives over to Ho. Now Novsik is free. He just needs this moment. His shot goes out. Monmouth rebounds. Now 1:02. They don't stop the ball until it's a blocking foul on the Indians. Lacey on the move down the court was fouled. Gear picked it up.
Interesting replay to watch. Here comes Blasey down the floor. Looks like he might have been moving.
All right.
Looks like he might have been planted, too. In pretty good position.
Foul is on Gear. And there's a discussion now as the official comes over. 1:01. Called a double foul, it looks like. That's what it is. One official had one call and one had the other.
That's probably the best call there, Frank, in that situation.
And one announcer had one call and the other had the other. Now, do we have to jump now, Art?
I hope not. Well, that's the toughest call in basketball, though, isn't it, fellas? The block or the charge.
It has been for years.
Right.
And it will be for years.
30-18, Lawrenceville over Monmouth with a minute and a second to go in the first half. Now Simmons comes back on the court. He's been on the deck a few times. Tip is controlled by Lawrenceville. What a fine-looking team they are. Pose, wheels to the right to Leaskey. He lobs to the goal. Simmons goes up and down and in. 14 for Simmons. And with 45 seconds, Lawrenceville feeling good at 32-18. Now can Monmouth come back? Jamie Paul. Monmouth's going to need to hit a few shots here. Get some confidence and some momentum. And they're capable. All the way in, Blasey had a left-hander go off. The other end is Leaskey. Got it.
Beautiful baseball pass from Marty Simmons, who is gathering rebounds just like Scott Mintz did.
A 90-foot pass for a layup. 34-18. Inside, Mike Miller turns, puts it off the board, and he is fouled. Miller is a strong player going against strong people in there. Fouls on Leaskey. Mark McCurdy back in for Monmouth for Paul. And there goes Paul out of the lineup. Mike Miller goes to the foul line. Miller's had a good tournament. He's got that one.
That's only Miller's 5th point, and I think a lot of that credit goes to the defensive effort of Tim Leaskey.
Another for Miller. 34-20, 8 seconds. Lawrenceville would like one shot here. Novsik on the move. Up ahead, Simmons was out of bounds when he caught it with 3 seconds, and Monmouth would have a chance now to cut the lead to 12 if they could get a hoop in 3 seconds. Let's see if they can. They set up. McCurdy. The pass comes in, and it's nearly intercepted by Lawrenceville. Blasey at the gun, missed it. And that's the end of the first half of play for the state Class A title. Lawrenceville leading Monmouth 34-20. We'll continue in just a minute. Monmouth's got themselves a 14-point hill to climb.
Yeah, I think the best thing they can do is continue their pressure. You know, this afternoon, Herscher was able to rattle Lawrenceville somewhat and take the ball away from him, forcing some turnovers with that press. So I think Monmouth is going to have to intensify their pressure at the start of this third quarter.
Ron Felling says fatigue will be no factor. Do you agree?
I definitely agree. When you smell all the marbles like they do, they won't realize they're tired.
All right. Monmouth in the maroon and gold. Lawrenceville in the white. Jerome Burdett goes into the middle against Marty Simmons. We're underway. Second half, this time Monmouth with the ball. Fred Hayes, he can move. He gets inside, the ball packed away from him. It's on the floor and out of bounds. The official just blew his whistle, did not make an indication of which way. It's Monmouth's ball. All right, it would be important for Monmouth to have a good 2 or 3 minutes here to start the second half.
And Lawrenceville is greeting them with back in a man-to-man.
Burdett got inside and missed that trip shot. And Leasty rebounded. Tough break by Burdett. He had an inside position and missed the layup. Gear comes up with a left-hand dribble. This is Novsek way outside. He can shoot. He missed that. Rebound out of bounds to Lawrenceville off Burdett. Ron Felling is parading down the sideline a little bit, trying to get the attention of one of his players to set something up. And Ho comes outside. Who will score first in the second half? Gear. That's a zone by Monmouth, a 2-3. More popular these days, it seems, than a 1-3-1. And Keith, after a bit, maybe you can tell us why.
They zoned that out-of-bounds play in particular. I think we'll see them back into their man-to-man. In fact, they're back into it right now.
And Simmons fakes and shoots. And Burdett rebounds. Burdett out ahead to McCurdy. Monmouth looks to run. McCurdy comes all the way down. Hayes saves it nicely. And it's saved by Monmouth. Lacey comes to the baseline. Goes inside to Miller. He's double-teamed and fouled by Gear.
They called a foul on Jeff Gear for reaching in, trying to be in that help position.
Here's the tallest player answer, Bill Braxick of Flanagan, 6'11", tallest ever to perform in the Class A tournament. He's only a junior. Here's turning in the lane. Burdett, acrobatic shot, does not go. Miller comes out of the pack, storming down the court. Bounce pass, Ho, layup. Ernie Ho gives Lawrenceville a 16-point lead. And Monmouth must not fall much further behind than this if they're going to mount a comeback. Hayes going to try left baseline. Fred Hayes.
Fred Hayes is one of the shooters that could bring them back.
There was a time this afternoon when it looked like Havana had Monmouth beat, and they stormed back to win.
They were down 43-34.
They're down now 36-22 to the number 1 ranked Indians. Gear rang the bell out of the corner left. Gear's first goal. This is Blasey. He wheels the ball to McCurdy, looked at a shot, passed it up. Hayes tries again. Missed the works. Rebound loose to Marty Simmons. And he's got to be the leading rebounder in the game by quite a little bit. Gear, tricky dribble, front court. Turns on his man. Monmouth back in their man-to-man. Lacey plays the good D. Posting up inside is Miller. Here's the shot, not good. Lacey rebound. Another battle. Simmons, foul. Foul on Monmouth as Simmons worked the board. It's on Mike Miller.
You'll see Marty Simmons has taken over the second half right where he left off in the first half, dominating the boards on both ends of the floor. And here he is going out before he was fouled by number 44, Mike Miller.
And Lawrenceville will try its first 2 free throws of the game. It's a miss by Simmons. Believe it or not, we're in the third quarter.
And, you know, that's been the only weak part of Marty Simmons' ball game in this state tournament has been his free throw shooting.
Well, the big men, Burdett and Miller, go out and get a rest. In for Monmouth, John Kinney, 30. Jamie Paul, 34. Simmons with 14 again. 39-22 now. And the Zippers have their work cut out. Down the court Blasey along the baseline. Kinney. The ball is slapped out of his hands and out of bounds to Monmouth. Monmouth, a small ball club out there without Miller and Burdett. Hayes, way outside. Moves and gives to Blasey. His shot is home. Mel Blasey. A 15-point Lawrenceville lead now. Look at Simmons bring the ball up the court. He's listed as center, of course. Baseline left. Poe. Free. Gives over to Novsik. Rattled it out. Kenny rebounds. 3-on-1 for Monmouth. Nice pass to Hayes. Shake and move. A foul on Monmouth Hayes, I believe.
I think there was some frustration there, Frank. Hayes comes down on the replay, gives a nice pump fake, goes up, misses the shot, and as Lawrenceville controls the rebound, Hayes comes in on the back.
It looked like Monmouth had a sure basket 3-on-1, and it turns out Lawrenceville's ball. Simmons comes up. 4.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Frank Bassoni, Keith Baldwin, and Art Kimball from the Assembly Hall. Hope you're enjoying the action along our network line. Here's Simmons again. Simmons with 17. And that's the size of Lawrenceville's lead. Boy, he's a horse with a game, I'll tell you. Blasey tries to answer Camp. Kinney pokes at the rebound. Out of bounds to Monmouth. Now Miller and Burdett come back. Kinney and Paul out.
You really appreciate the job Marty Simmons does on the board when you understand that he's also handling the ball and traveling 94 feet most of the time.
For sure. Miller gets free inside. He got too low and still clipped it off the glass. Nice move by Mike Miller. 41-26. In the front court, McCurdy bumped toe on the foul. McCurdy playing aggressive defense. You know, McCurdy and Ho remind you of each other. They both play very hard, aggressive basketball. They look alike.
And their floor game and their defense are the strong parts of their game.
You know, Lawrenceville and Monmouth both have physically strong players. Both sides. Offensive foul, Gear pushed off with a hand, and that will turn the ball over to Monmouth. 3:49 to play. Is Ron Felling. His perpetual motion on the sideline. Hayes slides up in the front court. Here's Blasey along the baseline. He goes into Miller. Miller saves and turns. Blasey's going to try it. Inside position, McCurdy, he fouls. And boy, you can see the Monmouth bench wanting that three-point play.
Okay, they sure did. They wanted this one to crawl in there. It didn't quite make it as Jeff Gear goes up to the rebound on this side. Foul was on Jeff Gear, number 24, Mark McCurdy, at the line.
McCurdy shoots it home. He's a 68% foul shooter.
4 fouls on Gear, Frank.
And another for McCurdy. 4 on Gear. Stays in. 41-28, Lawrenceville. The number 1 rated team against the number 2 rated Zippers of Monmouth. This is Gear moving against Blasey. Leastie's free in the corner. Burdett sinks back inside. Simmons steps in the paint, puts it up and in. 19 for Marty Simmons.
Oh, he is something else, isn't he?
He really operates with strength inside. He's got a big game.
And you know, as far as Monmouth is concerned, Mike Miller, their all-stater, has only made 6 points so far tonight.
On the floor, a couple of people, and a jump ball is Bill Anthony, 15, a 6-foot junior, replaces Gear, and Mike Mueller from Monmouth has to be worried about how things are developing now. Of course, there's time. We're only in the third period, and Monmouth has shown itself capable of rebounding. Simmons slaps the rebound down to Leasty, and he's on the move to the rim. Leasty throws it up, but he's fouled. Foul is going against Mark McCurdy, his second.
Here goes Tim Leasty taking that tip from Marty Simmons, going to the basket, and we have Mark McCurdy reaching in. 2-shot foul.
Leasty trying his first pair of free throws. He puts that one home. He has 5. He is a junior. And he missed that. Burdett rebounds. 44-28. Lawrenceville. Here comes Hayes. Slides the ball behind the back and goes to McCurdy in the corner. Monmouth with good ball movement. McCurdy slips the ball in the corner. Now it goes in the middle to Burdett. Kicks it back out to Hayes for a pop. It's short. Hayes follows. But Lawrenceville gets the bounce and the ball. I'm amazed how much Marty Simmons brings.